Hello, Silo fans. As the Silo series is heading toward a thrilling ending, we're back with another Silo episode explanation video. In this episode of Flick Spoilers, we will be seeing what happened in the penultimate episode of Silo and the possibilities of how the series might end. But before jumping onto the video, make sure to like this video and hit the subscribe button. So thanks for subscribing. Now, without any delay, let's put on our Silo suits. Episode 8 of Silo unfolded a startling revelation for Juliette. She discovered that Bernard, the mastermind behind the scenes, orchestrated a deceit of unimaginable proportions within the silo. Behind the deceptive mirrors, hidden cameras surveilled every individual, giving Bernard an unnerving level of control over the lives of the common people dwelling in the silo. Juliette's quest was not for war or rebellion, but to uncover the truth behind the untimely demise of Marnes, Mayor Ruth, and her beloved Wilkins under the regime's authority. However, Bernard apprehended the consequences that the truth might unleash upon the delicate balance of law and order within the silo, and he was willing to do anything to maintain it. Now, the burning question arises: what were Paul Billings' aspirations? In the aftermath of Juliette's mysterious disappearance, Sims, burdened by their colossal blunder, realized the need to justify their missteps to Bernard. Seeking answers, Sims reaches out to Paul Billings, probing the depths of his intentions. Paul, a law-abiding citizen driven by unclouded judgment, experienced a sense of humiliation. Although Paul knew that Juliette was innocent, he felt compelled to arrest the sheriff in accordance with the law of the Pact. Overwhelmed by the weight of proving himself, Paul returned home and confided in his wife. She believed that he owed nothing to anyone and advised him to rejoin the judicial, relinquishing the position of sheriff to preserve his life. Paul struggled with his affliction as the syndrome rendered him powerless during its attacks. He understood that once the court discovered his condition, his removal from the position was inevitable. After Juliette's escape, Paul arrived at her house only to discover Jean Robinson and her team of investigators already there. Jean informed Paul that she lacked the authority to grant him permission to explore the premises, and Bernard had issued strict instructions to prevent anyone from tampering with potential evidence sites. However, Paul's curiosity and restlessness overshadowed Robinson's warning. Once they departed, he ventured into the house and stumbled upon Gloria's travel guide magazine hidden behind the mirrored cabinet. The images within left Paul astonished, as he had no inkling that Silo's ancestors had harbored such a significant secret. Tearing out a single page, he incinerated the rest of the magazine. Meanwhile, Bernard grew increasingly impatient, realizing time was slipping away. His team had yet to uncover a single lead regarding Juliette's whereabouts. Judicial agents questioned Martha Walker and Pete Nichols, only to find that even they were unaware of Juliette's hiding place. Before moving on, if you're enjoying the video, then a sub to the channel would be awesome. So why did Alison Becker leave the silo? We witnessed news reach Bernard that Juliette had a meeting with Lucas Kyle from IT before her disappearance. Seeking answers, Bernard interrogated Lucas, resorting to threats in an attempt to extract Juliette's whereabouts. Although Lucas had no knowledge of Juliette's plans, he recalled that the hard drive she entrusted to him bore the number 18. Juliette also believed in Lucas's curiosity and hoped he would aid her cause when the time came. However, Lucas disappointed her by not only withholding assistance, but also providing Bernard with additional information that facilitated her capture. Claiming innocence, Lucas found himself in custody until Juliette was apprehended. Recognizing Sims's house as a secure hideout, Juliette sought refuge there, assuming no one would suspect her presence. In Silo Episode 9, Juliette encountered Camille, Sims's wife, and delivered a warning to protect her own life and that of her son. Restraining Camille with handcuffs, Juliette proceeded to connect the hard drive to Sims's computer, hoping to uncover its contents. Within, she discovered a video recorded by George Wilkins prior to his demise. Meanwhile, Camille managed to free herself from the handcuffs only to witness the video playing on the computer screen. Unexpectedly, she aided Juliette's escape, driven by a desire to prevent her from falling into the hands of the raiders. Revealing that plugging in the hard drive alerted IT to Juliette's location, Camille became a reluctant ally in the pursuit of survival. Juliette, at a loss for options, sought refuge with Patrick Kennedy, who promptly reached out to a colleague within their circle, a skilled hacker with knowledge of IT's security system. Tasking his individual with its unlocking of the hard drive's contents while preserving their anonymity, Juliet discovered Regina Jackson's assertion that George merely exploited her was incorrect. Despite George initially intending to leverage Juliet for his own gain by joining Mechanical, he gradually developed genuine feelings for her. In his video, he revealed the existence of a door whose destination remained uncertain. George stressed the importance of learning about Alison Becker's motives for venturing outside. The hard drive contained footage recorded by Becker during her expedition, depicting birds, trees, and a blue sky. This revelation led Juliet to conclude that the internal view presented to them was an elaborate falsehood. Finally, Silo's 9th episode concluded on a gripping note as Juliet grappled with the profound implications of this newfound information. While the footage depicted Alison's encounter with birds and trees, the authenticity of either perspective, Juliet's very questioning of authority and her curiosity about the outside world rendered her a threat. However, possessing the hard drive heightened the immediacy of the danger. Although her understanding might be flawed, she had gained insight into Silo's deceptive practices over the years, eroding her trust in the system's participants. Juliet's placed her faith in a select few individuals, understanding the critical importance of their support in the future. While lacking a concrete plan, her primary objective was to evade capture by Bernard and his team. Simultaneously, she aspired to hold those responsible accountable and enlighten the populace about the years of deception they had endured. The first season's finale of Silo will unveil Juliet's accomplishments and determine whether Bernard triumphs, banishing her to the outside for cleaning. So that were our thoughts on the 9th episode of Silo. Comment down below if your thoughts were the same after watching the episode. Subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and if you're interested in the Silo ending, you can check out our video on the Silo ending theory. Thanks for watching. Until next time, this is Flick Spoilers signing off.